All right, there is something I want to do in this design that I want to teach you so that we can all do it together. Let's say you are a graphic designer, you know how to design flyers for church service, you know how to design flyers for businesses. There is something that you can use to spice up your designing experience. And that is what I want to show you in this video. I have this text you are seeing here, this black text you are seeing here. This is a flyer I designed for a church called Greater Light Embassy. Now, as a graphic designer, sometimes you need to grow, okay? You must grow up to a level where you can be able to do advanced designs, okay? Now, this text you are seeing here, I want to make this text look like a 3D, but I am kind of limited here because I need extra knowledge on how to do this. So what I will do, instead of putting the text here like this, or maybe changing the color to purple to match up with the design, I want it to have a 3D look. So I quickly went on a website called FreePic, and then I searched for 3D text logo or 3D text effect. Then I got this one downloaded, this one. It has the Photoshop file. So I said, okay, let me use this one to see how it's going to look like. Then let me show you the file. This is the file. And then you open the Photoshop file. It always comes as a zip file. So you have to open it or you have to extract it. And I open the Photoshop file inside. Pay attention, you must have your Photoshop installed before you can open a mockup. Okay, so we are going to mock the text here. We are going to mock this text up to have a different look than normal black. That is how you spice up your design experience as a graphics designer. And you must be able to know how to use both software or more than one. You know, having an idea with CorelDRAW and Photoshop, and then make sure you master one. So you can master Photoshop and have a bit idea of CorelDRAW, because Photoshop is a picture-based software. If you want to do a brand identity or logo designing, I advise you to go with CorelDRAW or Adobe Illustrator. But if you have idea or knowledge about how to use CorelDRAW, try to add a little bit of knowledge with Photoshop. It will help you to go far in your graphic design journey. So I think our file is open in Photoshop. So this is how it's looking. Your own will look like this. Now, a few things to know here. Photoshop always comes with layers. So when you open a mockup, study the layers you have here, because the layers will guide you how to use the mockup. Okay. Now, some of the mockup will not allow you to use your own color. And some will allow you to use your color. This particular one will allow you to use the color you are seeing here. Now, look at the layers you have here. If your layers are not showing, click on layers here. It will show. No matter the version you are using, your layers will show. Now, look at the layers here. They say double click here to change text. So maybe this is where you change your text. Forget about the rest for now, because now we are going to focus on changing this text to our text. So let's go to CorelDRAW where we design our flyer. We are going to copy this text from here. Either it's JPEG, it's a vector. Just copy it. Don't worry about the color, but I always use black. So copy it, and then in your design window, just come here to add a page, and then paste the text you copy here. Now we are going to export this text, okay, without a background. So make sure it's on a fresh page where there is nothing here, okay. Now you go to File on the menu bar and you go to Export. Like this, the shortcut is Ctrl+E. Click on Export. Now you can give it a name. Let's say I'll just add theme to this word, because I have the flyer I am designing saved already. So I'll just add theme to it so that I'll not type the whole file name again. So I'll come to the Save As type, click on it and choose PNG, because we are saving it without a background. Now click on Export. Once you click on Export, the file is going to be shown with you for the preview, so you can see how it's looking. Click on OK for now. Now it should be saved on your desktop. Let's minimize this window. That's the CorelDRAW window. Now let's also minimize the Photoshop window so that we can see if our file is being saved. I am sure that my own is saved into a place where I save my jobs, but your own should be saved into where you also choose maybe your desktop or your document. So here I am going to look for that file that I've saved. This is my own. Look for your own. It may be in your document folder or it may be in on your desktop. Okay. Now this is my file. Now let's go back to the Photoshop where they are showing you that double click here to change text. Double click in the box here. The text will open for you like this. This is the text that they did so nice, like you were saying a few minutes ago. Now let's go and bring our text here. This is my text. Click on it and drag it into the Photoshop icon on your taskbar and then leave it here. If your own is not working like that, let me show you how to get it done. Minimize the open where the file is, minimize that window, and then make sure you look for your file like this. So click the file and drag it and leave it here like this. It's the same thing. Now I don't know the version of Photoshop you are using, but with my version I can just make this text smaller by holding the Alt key like this. So maybe your own, you hold the Shift key or the Control key to make it smaller. Don't deform the text, maybe dragging it like this. Have you seen? You're deforming it. Just make it smaller, like the way I did my own here like this. Now there is something else you have to do in Photoshop. To remove this cross you are seeing around the text, click on the mark you are seeing here. Everything that you don't want to see in CorelDRAW, you close the eye of that thing. So let's look at this sub layer here. Sub layer, because we have just opened a layer from the previous layer. So let's look at this one. What you don't want to see here. Obviously, I don't want to see this one. That is the previous text. So I will close the eye of that one. Then I will let the eye of my own open. Now, this is where the magic happens. Click on this cross you are seeing here. That is for the text we just opened. And then click on yes. They are going to transform the old text or the previous text into your text. Now, what do you have to do? Just close the eye of the backgrounds and leave your text and then export it or save it without a background from the Photoshop software. You want to close the eye of this editable PSD text effect, smart object, replaceable. We want to close the eye of that information because we don't need that information right now. Open the text effect. If you can't see it here, you close the folder and then you open the explain. What they say explain, you will see smart object replacement. Close the eye. Then you will see editable PSD text effect. Close the eye. Now come to the background and close the eye of the background. Your text is now free to export or to save without a background. So go to File on the menu bar and go to Save As. You can just give it a name, maybe something that you can use temporary for now. Here, choose desktop so you can see it easily. And then you come to the Save As type, click on it and choose PNG. That means you are saving this file without a background. Now click on Save. Click on OK. So minimize this Photoshop window. The file should be saved on the desktop. This is my own. Bring it into the CorelDRAW where we are doing our design like this. So this is the file. See, it's without a background. Okay, so now it has a very huge excess space around it. We don't need all those space. Pick your crop tool in CorelDRAW and crop it like this. Don't crop it too close to the text. Just crop it and leave a little space for it like this. Perfect. I like this. So let's crop it. Don't forget, our job is on our previous page because we added a page to save this file without a background. So click on the text here. You can just cut it by Ctrl X, or you can just copy it by Ctrl C. Go to the previous page and then paste it here by Ctrl V. Then bring it to where the black text was. Make it smaller. Then put it aside like this and delete the black text. And bring it back here like this. Perfect. You've got your 3D effect on the design now. You can see this one is looking more nicer than the black or the simple text we have there. So you can just save your design and then send to your customer. That is how you advance yourself in using mockup for your design. Now, every mockups come with different layers. So just study the layer and then you'll be able to use it. If you like this video, don't forget to leave a comment. And if today is your first time watching our video, please subscribe now for more videos. And don't forget to turn on the bell so anytime we upload new videos, you'll get the notification. This is Advanced Academy. I will see you in our next video.